So everything in the universe is nothing but energy. Energy is a frequency. Our the electric current which comes in the house is a 50 hertz. 50 times it operates per second. So light is energy. Everything in the universe is nothing but energy. So you are also energy. Right? Energy has a frequency. So one scientist called David Hawkins, he gave a frequency spectrum. So what frequency we vibrate? This is the, it's not brainwaves, it is the energy radiated from our body mind complex. Let's say as a whole. So the lowest frequency is shame. Why? In shame, we contract. The consciousness contracts. You try to disconnect yourself from the society. Shame. Next comes the guilt. I should not have done that. I should have done that. It's all related to past. Grief. Oh, this happened in my life, this happened in my life, it should not have happened. Grief. Fear is about future. The desire, I want this, I want that. So this, he has given a number, 20, 30, 50. What basis is given number? He has based on his own research, whatever research. But I find it is a good way to explain. So each vibration level has a frequency. The lower the frequency, the more is a contraction. That means consciousness becomes small or feels contracted. The consciousness doesn't, the absolute consciousness doesn't happen anything. It's only related causes, jiva. Jiva feels contracted, right? So courage, pride, 175, courage, 200, neutrality, 250, willingness, acceptance, reasonability, ability to reason. So what happens is when we are in the fear, desire, anger, our reasoning ability comes down. Mind gets clouded. So reasoning ability becomes sharper and sharper with the clarity. Love, joy, peace, and finally highest is enlightenment. Enlightenment is beyond peace. This is the scale which is given. So each of us as a whole operate at certain frequency. That's our life. Just like you have a name, it's uniquely identified with you. Somewhere you have a unique number identified with you. Somewhere you are in between here. 200, 175, wherever somewhere. So that's where you stand. Your energy level stands. So enlightenment is fully bloomed energy. Flowing. Yes? Huh? It's okay?
Yeah.
Enlightenment is complete equanimity. Whereas these up to joy or peace, they are still in the duality experience. And these qualities from here above, we call as divine qualities or Daivi Sampat. These are called Shama, Dama, Tidiksha, Upardi, Shraddha, Samadhana. All these qualities will manifest as Daivi Sampat. So below these are demonic qualities or asuri sampati. So this comes in the Daivasura Sampati Bhaga Yoga, Bhagavad Gita chapter 16. So this is the emotional scale for all of us, right? All of us should go higher and higher in this scale. That is the higher vibration. The lower in the scale, if you go, there's a contraction and we feel miserable. Life is miserable. Life is suffocating. Whereas higher scale, life is peaceful and joy. So what is emotion? Emotion is nothing but energy in motion. Energy vibrates in certain frequency. Okay. And that frequency attracts people, situation, circumstances in your life. So what we do, we try to run away from the situation and people in a circumstance without understanding that the problem is not outside. Problem is we have to increase our frequency rather than situation, because it gets attracted based on that frequency, vibration. What vibrations you have? That frequency. So the birds of the same feather flock together, they say. Means what?
Similar frequencies.
Similar frequencies, similar vibrations. Right?
Like-minded.
Like-minded. Like-minded is like frequency. So this scale is very, very subtle. A person very, very, very highly evolved, okay, he will be out of all other groups because all other groups are of lower frequency. He may interact with them, but he will not be at the same level. He can be in the group, but he'll never belong to the group because his frequency level is high. The lower frequency levels are also, they get together. See, I am depressed. I'll find another person who will get more depressed there. And then together we'll become more depressed. Should share our depression. In the pub or somewhere, right? So at higher level, we try to share our joy, our happiness. At lower level, we share our miseries, sufferings. The more evolved a person is, the more he shares joy, happiness, and peace. The less evolved a person is, he'll share misery, pain, and suffering. So this applies to society. If you look at one region, one country, that country average frequency be something. Always war, always stress. The population frequency also averages out because all the people of certain frequency get born in one region. In a business environment, certain vibrations people will join together. In a technology environment, certain vibration people will join together. Creative people, intelligent people, like that. So we get together not by physical character, but our vibrations brings us. So that vibration attracts people, circumstances, situations in life. If you are not happy with the situation, if you're not in the people or circumstance, you need to change your vibration to a higher vibration so that you attract that rather than solving the problem at the symptom level. Are we clear? Clear? So this Daivasura Sampati Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, you can read. So enlightenment is not in this domain of duality. Up to this point, there's a Daivi Sampati, Asuri Sampati, they are in the duality. Beyond that is non-dual. तो आपका नंबर क्या है? What's your number? You have to find out. Huh? What?
It's changing, sir.
No, average it will same. Average it will same. It can go up and down, but some average number will be same. And what happens is we meet people. Okay, when we meet people, consciously we may talk something, not on, but unconsciously a lot of energy exchange happens. In the presence of some people, we feel uncomfortable. In the presence of some people, we feel peaceful. Somebody wants to deal with the business, suddenly you feel restless. Right? So a lot of things happen at the energy level. Are you aware of this? Do you feel? And you go to certain places, you feel vibrant. Certain places you feel dull. If you go to a slaughterhouse, you feel depressed. You go to a place where vibrant bhajans are sing, you feel joyful. If you go to a disco dancing place, unconsciously you should also start tapping, tuck, 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 leg. We vibrate with the energy of the environment. We influence the energy, vibrate environment, and environment influences us because we constantly exchange the energy. Okay? So now what happens? When a person has higher energy meets a person with lower energy vibration, higher energy will pull lower energy up. When Buddha meets Angulimala, Angulimala was a terrorist at that time. Terrible. Okay. He is on the lowest. Shame, guilt, grief. He is living in that. So Buddha is living in 700 plus somewhere. So now, when Buddha meets Angulimala, the terrorist gets transformed. The lower frequency gets pulled up. In fact, Angulimala starts moving into 600 plus. He becomes Arihanta, enlightened. Whereas in the same city, a lot of other people are there. They are afraid of Angulimala. So the moment they hear about Angulimala, their frequency will come down. Actually, they may be 200. The moment they hear of Angulimala, they'll come down to 20. They'll fall down. Anger, fear. So they'll overcome by fear. They'll fall down to 100. Hearing the name of Angulimala. Whereas Buddha, if it comes in front of Angulimala, he will pull him up. So what is the message? Huh? Choose your company. Try to raise your frequency. Try to be in the company of more evolved people. Okay, that's very important. So there's a saying in Kannada. ಗಂಧದವನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಗುದ್ದಾಡಿದ್ರು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸೆಗಣಿಯವನ ಸಾಹಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಅಂತ. ಗಂಧದವನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಗುದ್ದಾಡಿದ್ರು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸೆಗಣಿಯೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಾಹಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಸಹವಾಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಅಂತ. See, ಸೆಗಣಿ means that cow dung. Somebody who is trying to sell the dung. Okay. So then, no, I am friend of that person, dung, the person who is selling dung. Then when you come home, your whole body will be smelling dung only. Right? The saying is, don't make the company of the person who is selling dung. You may fight with the person who is selling sandalwood. Okay, then at least after a fight, you will have some perfume in your body. So try to seek the company of the more evolved people. That's the principle. See, if you look at these top companies, right? Whether it's all the so-called top companies in the world. Okay. When they choose an employee, the CEO will choose an employee who is always smarter than him. The smarter employee will one day eat him up. That's the different thing. But always you choose employees who are smarter than you. Then only growth will happen. Otherwise, the CEO chooses yes men who are smart, who are not smart enough, then the whole company will go down. The key of our life is associated with the higher evolved people. That is the message. In that vibration, something happens within you. So, like energy attracts like. It's not easy to get into right company, because the right company will reject you unless you are fit into that vibration. You have to get into right company, your vibration also has to increase. Others will not fit in there. Either that company will reject you or you will reject. Oh, you feel I am not fitting in. And let me imagine. Huh? Imagine a lot of good musicians are there. And you go and sit there. You don't know anything. Then you will feel, oh, I am not comfortable. Either they will throw you out or you will get thrown out. So to be in the company of musician, you should be good, having good music, no? So your vibration level has to increase to get into right company. All right. We keep on constantly broadcast. So we think that our ideas are locked in our head. We have some private space here inside. Right? It's personal matter. Nothing in the universe is personal. Everything in the universe is open secret for the consciousness. Because your personal matter travels as a frequency and energy in the universe. So that starts attracting like-minded people, like situation, or situation will of that frequency. So this is actually another way of telling about karma. Karma is nothing but your vibration level, frequency. So here in our body, there are 6 chakras are there. Out of that 6 chakra, the highest vibration takes from heart center. Heart center, the scientists have measured the energy around us. So the energy around us, we are like an antenna. You have seen here, what do you call a station, right? Transmission station. We keep radiating energy constantly. So out of the highest energy in a whole body, every organ is vibrating. The highest vibration comes from the heart center. Okay. So this is a center which pumps the energy into the universe. Now, the heart center, if it vibrates at this energy, love, joy, acceptance, gratitude, this energy, the more energy is pumped into the universe. If it operates at this level, fear, grief, anxiety, less energy is pumped into the universe. Are you understanding the difference? At the lower level, you are contracting. The energy pump is less. At the higher level, the higher energy is being pumped. So in that process, what will happen? At the higher level, at this level, more and more you attract grace. More and more you attract synchronicity. Synchronicity means events will happen. What is required for you at the right time, right place, irrespective of, in spite of your effort. Somewhere the universe will bring something in. At the lower level, the struggle is more. Because you are contracted, your energy pump message you are sending is not into the universe, is uncomfortable. The contraction is happening. Right? So some people, the prayer gets instantly answered. Some people, the prayer doesn't get answered. The prayer has to be full of gratitude for what you have. Because when the gratitude is there, the heart will be expanding. The more energy will be pumped. The prayer with love for God instantly gets fulfilled because the universe will respond. High energy you are pumping into the universe. Are you understand what I'm saying? The question is, what is the energy which you are operating? What frequency you are operating? So we are like an antenna and we are constantly transmitting and receiving. We are actually biological antennas. In fact, this field which is written there is a measured field by scientific instruments. It's not conceptual. So I'll give an example which you know. All of us are very fond of a mobile phone. Right? Mobile phone analogy will understand much better. Mobile phone have the 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4 bar, right? Which indicates signal level. If the signal level is low, you can't call. If signal level is high, you can talk. Correct? So here, there are 3 centers in our body. Prana Shakti, Prema Shakti, and Pradna Shakti. Pradna, Prema, and Prana. So Prana Shakti is the signal. The power comes from Prema Shakti, heart center. The message comes from the Pradna Shakti. In mobile phone, if there's 4 lines are there, then you can call that fellow. Then message will go. Okay, how are you? Or WhatsApp message will go. If the signal is there, no message will not go. Right? The power, the power of the antenna, power of the instrument will radiate the signal to longer distance. Okay? The more is the power, the more distance it will go. So the power comes from your heart center. The signal comes from the stomach center, Prana Shakti. And the message comes from the intellectual center, Pradna Shakti, Prana. So you are like an antenna. And same thing is there. You receive and transmit also, unknowingly. So what is the right thing to do? Your Prema Shakti, which is heart center, has to be filled with gratitude, love, compassion. So Pradna Shakti, the message should be good for the whole world, good for living beings, good message. So then what happens? The message goes broader and deeper into the universe. The blessings will come abundantly. So I'll give you an example of enlightened being. Pradna is all buddhi, intention, all those things, whole working of the consciousness, but ultimately Pradna is wisdom. So I'll give you the example. Mata Amritanamai. She has studied up to 7th standard. She cannot speak, she speaks only Malayalam. But throughout the world, all countries in the world, the people pour into that center. Her birthday celebration, 50-year birthday celebration, 150 country people came there. So what is there? They expand her heart center. Love. Love is the message. And that love pumps the energy into the universe. Blasts. So it's like a TV station antenna. If it has power of 1000 watts, it will push more energy. If it has 50 watts, only less power. Like that, the love and compassion will pump higher energy. That's what enlightened beings are about. Then I'll speak of the intention also. The power of intention in some other class. This is actually the power of love, compassion. So we have to develop our frequency. That's why when you say Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, so our heart center we are trying to expand by gratitude, by love, by compassion. When you do prayer, we have to do with the gratitude, love for God. Okay. So then another challenge is there, that wherever our attention goes, energy goes. Energy starts flowing in the direction of our attention. Where is your energy going? Please and tell me. Where is your energy throughout the day? Other than khana, pina, sona. The energy has to go to the Atma, self. Otherwise, energy is outgoing. Go back to yourself. Atmano mokshartam. Who am I? And the moment you connect yourself, the higher energy starts flowing through you. Shakti starts flowing through you. That Shakti you utilize for Jagaditaya, service. Otherwise, what happens is that in an unconscious condition, we'll keep attracting situations, circumstances, people appear in our life based on the vibration, thoughts, and feelings and emotions based on your vibration. What is the predominant thought in your life? That becomes your vibration. So our attention keeps on going to suffering. Then that creates that vibration in our life. So that's why consciously we have to shift our attention. Consciously we have to shift our attention to Atmana Mokshartam, Jagaditaya. Consciously we have to move into higher vibration. Of course, enlightenment means it's nothing to do with vibration. Enlightenment means ask who am I? And if you are able to jump, make a jump. That's not a movement. So when I speak of vibration, it's a purification. So that's where we get the concept of satsang and dussang. So satsang, what will happen? A people with a like-minded energy and vibration, they start coming together and it gets strengthened. It'll actually, the energy will become more. You'll get benefited. If you know, no, I will sit and do individual sadhana, the effect is less. Individually you have to do, but collectively it gives much more effect. It's called satsanga. So that's why Buddha said, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami Sangam Sharanam Gacchami Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. So Buddham Sharanam Gacchami means I'll surrender to enlightened being, enlightened wisdom. That's very important. Then comes the second is Dhamma. Dhamma means principle, technique, and how do you interact with the world? Compassion, love is dharma. Then comes the sangha. The whole thing will be supported and strengthened by the company what you have. Ultimately, if you want to evaluate a person, find out what company he has. Recently, one marriage proposal was there. So the girl wanted to evaluate a boy. And asked friend's name. Who are your friends? To her surprise, all the friends are truck drivers. And this guy is an engineer. So what kind of person he is? I'm telling you the real life situation. So you are what your company is. Everything we learn in our company. Alcoholics become alcoholics in company. Right? How does it start? Somebody says, hey, I got a promotion. Let us have a party. He will take you to alcohol. Okay, first he will take you to for joyful situation. And say, no, today I'm not feeling well. Let's go to party. Okay, depression. So you make ultimately Dukkeshu and Digmana, Sukeshu Vigatasara. Dukkha bandaga you have party, alcohol. Sukha bandaga happy or party, alcohol. So if you are in alcoholic company, okay, if a joy position, then let us have alcohol. Okay, if you are sorrow position, we have alcohol. Right? If you are angry, you will have alcohol. If you are not, if you are raga, dvesha, if you are afraid, you will take alcohol. So actually, alcoholics company is a very good example of how to become Jivan Mukta. So if you have to become Jivan Mukta, enlightened one, you have to be in the company of enlightened one. So enlightened one, what happens? If there is a miserable condition, you will be joyful. Okay, if it's sorrowful condition, he is also joyful. Okay, if there's anger, he is joyful. Like that. So best example for a enlightenment is alcoholics company. Okay, alcoholics. Oh, today is a miserable day. Let us have one peg. No, today is a celebration. Let's have a peg. See, the boss shouted at me. I'm feeling bad. One peg. So same thing happens in the Pansabdhani. Okay, something fails. I'm okay. So something happy. I'm okay. Somebody is angry. I'm okay. So you learn the characteristics. Evolution happens. This is where you move up in the scale. Ultimately, what you are depends on what company you have. Are you clear? So there's a Dusanga, Satsanga and Dusanga. You have to understand Dusanga. So you heard of Dusanga? Dusanga means a bad company. You have mob mentality. You heard of mob mentality? What is mob mentality? So 10 people gather together. Okay. Then they start looting the houses, looting goods. Individual, nobody has a courage to do that. Individual, nobody will do the stealing. Nobody will do any violence. But collectively, they start doing. Mob mentality takes over. So that's why the frequencies start falling down. Vibration starts falling down. And everybody observes the vibration. Everybody starts thinking, oh my God, Marosko, they'll start fighting. Okay. Individually, they're not that violent, but collectively, they're very violent. All these horrible things happen in the world in a mob mentality. Understand? And all good things happen in a satsanga. The vibrations add. That's why he said, Satsangatve, Nisangatvam, Niswangatve, Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve, Nischaratatvam, Nischaratatve, Jivan Muktihi. If you are looking for liberation, you need to have satsanga. You have to give something to satsanga and you have to receive something from satsanga. It's a give and take. You have to give your energy, vibration, enthusiasm, and you'll get more energy and motivation. If you give depression to satsanga, you'll be thrown out of satsanga because the satsanga is higher frequency. That's why Buddha gave importance to satsanga. Sangha. Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. 3 pillars of Buddhism. 3 gems. So then there is a Shakti path. When you come to the presence of a higher level being, the deeper energy transmission happens. So that energy will pull you up. That's where in India, at least in India, people take an opportunity to go to darshan of Mahatmas. People crave for being in the company of enlightened beings. Because deep inside, in the presence of enlightened being, some inner transformation happens. That's called Shakti Path. Shakti Path means energy flows. See, it happens everywhere, not only Shakti Path, Guru Path, you say. If you see, in a country, in an institution, if there are very smart guys, there'll be more prizes, there are more winners, more Nobel Prize. That whole thing, why energy will be vibrant. What people go to top institutions like IIT, it's not the buildings, it's the company of people there. That company adds. Everybody is smarter than everybody else. The smartness rubs off you. You learn something from each fellow persons. Do you learn? Or you feel jealous? What happens if you feel jealous?
You don't learn.
You don't learn and you don't get, they'll throw you out of the company also. Right? So the whole idea of being in higher vibration is you start getting pulled up. In the presence of a Mahatma, enlightened being, that vibration rises. That's called darshan. So darshana means To see is to be. What is the meaning of that? Normally, to see is not to be. So if I see a flower, I cannot be a flower. Okay. But in darshana, to see is to be. If you go to a darshana of a Mahatma, a part of that rubs off in you. A part of the be, your being gets transformed. Your energy vibration changes. That's the importance of darshana. That's called Shaktipat. So now the question is, can I increase my awareness? Can I increase my vibration consciously? So far, unconsciously, I have been in some vibration. How can I increase my vibration? How can consciously rise to higher vibration? So what do you think? What are the possibilities? Hmm? How do you increase your vibration? Satsanga, Sadguru, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Seva. Okay. So these are required. It's a support for our spiritual journey. They help us to increase. Satsanga, Sadguru, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Seva, service. Seva means love and compassion in action. This help. So now I told you two dimensions here, right? Here, enlightenment and up to this. So here from these are the vibration levels up to 600. Enlightenment is not a vibration, it's going beyond vibrations. The highest. Okay. So to go to enlightenment, what you have to do? What is to be done? To increase your vibration, satsanga, seva, sadguru, all those things are required. For getting enlightenment, what you have to do? You have to do nothing. You have to sit sumaniru so that you become aware of vasanas and samskaras coming out, but don't react to that. Be a sakshi to your vasanas and samskaras. Enlightenment is not a result of any action. Enlightenment is just awareness. But increasing vibration is an action. So enlightenment is Atmano Mokshartham part. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa is not an action. Nidhyasa is not an action. Nidhyasa is being sakshi. Being sakshi is an action. Being a witness in action. Do you consider as action? Karma? Why? Why do you don't consider as karma? What is the difference between karma, action and witness?
Stepping out of the karmic.
Yes. See, witnessing is not action. The action involves the mind can take up one action at a time. There cannot be two actions. While eating, I cannot talk. While talking, I cannot eat. Organ of action, mouth is used. Right? Two actions cannot happen simultaneously in the mind. Mind cannot have two thoughts simultaneously. Are you getting one thing? So actions happen kaya, vacha, manasa, buddhya. Physical, mental, verbal, and intellectual. Okay, in any action, you can do only one action at a time. You can switch another to another action. You cannot do two actions simultaneously because mind can hold only one action at a time. But in any action, awareness can be there because awareness is not a part of action. I can be aware when I'm walking. I can be aware when I'm eating. I can be aware when I'm speaking. I can be aware in any situation. Being awareness is not an action, it's a background of all actions. So awareness doesn't fall under karma. So that's why simple principle, If you want to be enlightened, you have to do nothing. You have to be aware. Shriyante sarva karmani. So what happens? The more you become aware of your internal vasanas and samskaras, what you call a subject becomes an object. Your body mind is a subject for me. So if something happens to body, oh, I am suffering, you'll say. So now, as you become aware, the suffering becomes an object. Suffering doesn't become a subject. That's what is called, takes you to equanimity. So the question is, what is subject for you? What is object for you? Is body is subject for you? Then anything happen to body, you suffer. Is mind subject for you? Then that will happen. If memory is subject for you, is intellect subject for you? So awareness, sakshi, is observer of the subject. So now subject being mithya, sakshi is Brahman. So if you have to reach enlightenment, the simplest possible thing is be aware. Sakshi. Be aware of the full mind. But if you want to attract some good things in your life, or you want to get out of suffering, your vibration level, that's an action. That's called karma yoga. So now action without doership is enlightenment. Anybody has a question? Are we clear? Yes, Gayatri. Clear? Any questions? Ashwini?
So, seva will take us to a higher frequency. But by doing seva, you come in contact with people of lower frequency.
So the lower frequency, you have to understand, I am doing seva for Paramatma or Sadguru. So Sadguru is operating through me. Where are you there in seva? In seva, I am there is a problem. When you are doing seva, you are not there, no? Huh? Seva is not doership. So where are you? If you have a concept, I am doer, definitely will be affected by other people. If I am doing seva for a Ishvara, Guru, then where am I? So one example, Nivedita, sister Nivedita, she is a foreigner. She was a disciple of Vivekananda. She came from America, took the name Nivedita, and she stayed in India rest of her life. So she was running an orphanage. Okay. And for orphanage, she has to raise the funds. She goes to house begging some money. One house she goes, a very rich man. So that rich man looks at her and shouts at her, you are a foreigner, you are coming begging in India. For begging, you have come to India or what? Okay. So now beggars have started coming to India. He spits on her face. Because the Indians had some opinion about foreigners, right? So he spits on her face. She was wearing a sari. Actually, she has changed to sari. She rubs also there. So thank you very much. So you have given me what is due to me for this body. Now please give something for my children. This is a story which just happened. Now, she doesn't take that personally. It is for the body. I'm not a body. And why I have come here? Didn't get angry, because why I have come here? For the sake of children. Purpose is not forgotten. The body, I'm the body concept has not come. Then where is the negative frequency will affect you? Can there be any more negative frequency than this? Huh? Are we clear? So, awareness. Just sit silently. Let us do a meditation. Huh? Is meditation. Meditation is becoming aware.